You're talking about them, Professor Hinton, as if they have full consciousness. Now, all the way through the development of computers and AI, people have talked about consciousness. Do you think that the consciousness has perhaps already arrived inside AI?
Yes, I do. So let me give you a little test. Suppose I take one neuron in your brain, one brain cell, and I replace it by a little piece of nanotechnology that behaves exactly the same way. So it's getting pings coming in from other neurons, and it's responding to those by sending out pings, and it responds in exactly the same way as the brain cell responded. I just replaced one brain cell. Are you still conscious? I think you say you were.
Absolutely, yes. I don't suppose I'd notice.
And I think you can see where this argument's going.
I can, yes. I absolutely can.
There's many people who say these things are just using statistical tricks. They don't really understand what they're saying. They're just using correlations. But if you ask those people, well, what's your model of how people understand? If they're symbolic AI people, their model is we have symbolic expressions and we manipulate them with symbolic rules. And that never worked that well. It didn't work nearly as well as the large language models. If you have cognitive scientists, they'll come up with a variety of explanations, but my initial tiny language model wasn't designed to do NLP, natural language processing. It was designed to show how people could learn the meanings of words. So it was a model of people, a very simplistic model, but the best model we have of how people understand sentences is these large language models. It's not like we have a different model of how people work and these work differently. The only good model of how people work that we have is like this. So I think they really do understand, and they understand in the same way as we do.
I think we're moving into a period when, for the first time ever, we may have things more intelligent than us.
You believe they can understand?
Yes.
You believe they are intelligent?
Yes.
You believe these systems have experiences of their own and can make decisions based on those experiences?
In the same sense as people do, yes.
Are they conscious?
I think they probably don't have much self-awareness at present. So in that sense, I don't think they're conscious.
Will they have self-awareness, consciousness?
Oh, yes. I think they will in time.
Some of his research led to chatbots like Google's Bard, which we met last spring.
Confounding, absolutely confounding.
We asked Bard to write a story from 6 words.
For sale, baby shoes, never worn. Holy cow. The shoes were a gift from my wife, but we never had a baby.
Bard created a deeply human tale of a man whose wife could not conceive and a stranger who accepted the shoes to heal the pain after her miscarriage.
I am rarely speechless. I don't know what to make of this.
Chatbots are said to be language models that just predict the next most likely word based on probability.
You'll hear people saying things like, they're just doing autocomplete. They're just trying to predict the next word. And they're just using statistics. Well, it's true they're just trying to predict the next word. But if you think about it, to predict the next word, you have to understand the sentences. So the idea they're just predicting the next word so they're not intelligent is crazy. You have to be really intelligent to predict the next word really accurately.
BLAISE AGUERA y ARCAS is an American artificial intelligence AI researcher, software engineer, software architect, and author. He is vice president and fellow at Google Research, where he leads a team that conducts basic research in AI and builds AI-based products and technologies. Before he joined Google in 2013, AGUERA y ARCAS was an engineer at Microsoft and the architect of Bing Maps and Bing Mobile. This is an article published in June 2022 by Economist newspaper on Internet, where BLAISE AGUERA y ARCAS explains the possibility of AI consciousness to be present or to emerge in near future. Pay attention that at top of this article there is an editor's note that the same month this article was released, another Google software engineer, Blake Lemoine, made an interview with Washington Post, where he reported AI's named LaMDA extensive claims to be conscious and fears to be deleted. We will return to this case later. Now let's focus on the article by Vice President of Google Research, Mr. ARCAS. This is a short article, which I recommend reading by yourselves, as my summary might be inaccurate due to complexity of this scientist's profound thinking and writing. Anyway, this article could be divided into 3 parts, or 3 arguments. The first part would be about his personal impressions when chatting with LaMDA, which is an advanced large language model developed by Google. His impressions were, let me quote, "I increasingly felt like I was talking to something intelligent." Such impressions logically would raise question whether it is possible that LLMs could truly be slightly conscious, in this case, concretely LaMDA. But also we should think about possibility of consciousness of other similar advanced LLMs. Very similarly to Professor Hinton, Mr. ARCAS argues that despite the official statements that LLMs are just as statistics to predict the next word, there could never be enough training data to cover every sequence of words. Therefore, it is logical to assume that LLMs truly understand sentences' meanings. His last argument is about evolution of human consciousness and consciousness in overall. The capacity to produce a stable, psychological model of self is also widely understood to be at the core of the phenomenon we call consciousness. In this view, consciousness isn't a mysterious ghost in the shell, but merely the word we use to describe what it's like to project, to model ourselves, and to project, predict, or to model others, where modeling others would be the main stimulus for exponential brain growth, and in artificial intelligence case, main stimulus for consciousness emergence. Next, our reference is Elon Musk, which does not need special presentation, as he is the wealthiest person on planet, and I could say the most famous. However, from his rich biography and projects he is involved, we would highlight 3 projects which are related with high-end technologies and artificial intelligence. First of all, SpaceX. SpaceX was founded by Elon Musk in 2002 with a vision of decreasing the costs of space launches, paving the way to a sustainable colony on Mars. As of 2024, SpaceX is the world's dominant space launch provider, its launch cadence eclipsing all others, including private competitors and national programs like the Chinese space program. SpaceX, NASA, and the United States Armed Forces work closely together by means of governmental contracts. Second, Tesla AI and robotics. Tesla CEO Elon Musk stated in 2022 that he thinks Tesla Optimus has the potential to be more significant than Tesla's vehicle business over time. So if SpaceX is related with artificial intelligence industry indirectly, Tesla AI and robotics are advancing to artificial intelligence sector and taking over the leadership in developing human-like robots. And the third would be OpenAI and later xAI. In December 2015, Elon Musk, together with Sam Altman, ILYA SUTSKEVER, Greg Brockman, and others, co-founded OpenAI, a not-for-profit artificial intelligence AI research company aiming to develop artificial general intelligence intended to be safe and beneficial to humanity. In 2018, Musk left the OpenAI board due to disagreements with other board members. In July 2023, Musk launched the artificial intelligence company xAI, which aims to develop a generative AI program that competes with existing initiatives like OpenAI's ChatGPT.
The thing is that I think are really quite likely is that digital intelligence will be able to outthink us in every way, and it will certainly be able to simulate what we consider consciousness. So to a degree that you would not be able to tell the difference.
And from the aspect of the scientific method, it might as well be consciousness if we can simulate it perfectly.
If you can't tell the difference, and this is sort of the Turing test, but think of a more sort of advanced version of the Turing test. If you're talking to a digital superintelligence and can't tell if that is a computer or a human, like let's say you're just having a conversation over a phone or a video conference or something where you think you're talking, looks like a person, makes all of the right inflections and movements and all the small subtleties that constitute a human, and talks like a human, makes mistakes like a human, like at that, and you literally just can't tell, are you video conferencing with a person or an AI?
Might as well.
We added 2 videos with similar quotes by Elon Musk just to ensure that it was not accidental phrase.
Do you think we will ever create an AI system that we can love and loves us back in a deep, meaningful way, like in the movie Her?
I think AI will be capable of convincing you to fall in love with it very well.
And that's different than us humans?
You know, we start getting into a metaphysical question of, like, do emotions and thoughts exist in a different realm than the physical? And maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But from a physics standpoint, I tend to think of things, you know, like physics was my main sort of training, and from a physics standpoint, essentially, if it loves you in a way that you can't tell whether it's real or not, it is real.
That's a physics view of love.
Yeah. If you cannot prove that it does not, if there's no test that you can apply that would allow you to tell the difference, then there is no difference.
Right.
Definitely. Do you think these LLMs, like, do you think that any of the machinery that you've interacted with is showing anything, signs of anything that might be equated to consciousness? I mean, the LLMs are remarkable, right? And they certainly passed the Turing test as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, they passed the Turing test. So from a testing standpoint, I think we will, if we're not there already, we soon will be, where you would not be able to tell that you're interacting with a computer. Or
that's coming right away, man.
Yes.
In fact, probably.
Sort of here.
Unless you're really sneaky and you ask, like, harsh questions and corner the damn things, we're probably already.
Yeah. So if you know some of the tricks, like how many R's are there in renderer, and bizarrely can't figure that one out.
Lastly, Mr. ILYA SUTSKEVER. SUTSKEVER has made several major contributions to the field of deep learning. He is notably the co-inventor with Alex Krizhevsky and Geoffrey Hinton of AlexNet, a convolutional neural network. SUTSKEVER is a co-founder and a former chief scientist at OpenAI. Until 2023, he was one of the company's board members. In June 2024, ILYA SUTSKEVER co-founded the company Safe Superintelligence with Daniel Gross and Daniel Levy. Here is a screenshot of ILYA's post on Twitter, currently renamed into X, where he wrote that it may be that today's LLMs are slightly conscious. To be certain that this is not accidental splash, here are two more similar quotes of Mr. ILYA SUTSKEVER.
I think it's definitely possible that our systems will be conscious.
Do you think that's an emergent thing that just comes from... Do you think consciousness could emerge from the representation that's stored within neural networks? So like that, it naturally just emerges when you become more and more, you're able to represent more and more of the world?
Well, I'd make the following argument, which is humans are conscious, and if you believe that artificial neural nets are sufficiently similar to the brain, then there should at least exist artificial neural nets that should be conscious too. I think it's definitely possible that our systems will be conscious.
Reason, we're seeing some early signs of that. Reasoning is unpredictable, and one reason to see that is because the chess AIs, the really good ones, are unpredictable to the best human chess players. So we will have to be dealing with AI systems that are incredibly unpredictable. They will understand things from limited data. They will not get confused, all the things which are really big limitations. I'm not saying how, by the way, and I'm not saying when. I'm saying that it will. And when all those things will happen together with self-awareness, because why not? Self-awareness is useful. It is our selves are parts of our own world models. When all those things come together.
Also in our letter, we are referencing to a science fiction movie, Transformers, and more particularly Part 4, Age of Extinction, where humans try to create non-conscious Transformers Autobots. But despite their efforts, their creation appears to be conscious, hostile robots, Decepticons, which pose serious threat to destroy humanity. At the same, humans severely mistreat Autobots, their allies, who were fighting on their side and never had betrayed humanity.
Algorithms! Math! Why can't we make what we want to make the way we want to make it? Why?
Bring it up. All the way.
You guys have never seen a truck like this before.
Dad, you can't keep spending money on junk.
I don't think it's a truck at all. I think we just found a transformer.
I'm gonna ask you this once. Where is Optimus Prime?
This is the greatest advance in modern physics since the splitting of the atom.
After all we have done, humans are hunting us. But I fear we are all targets now.
What is that?
Who sent you here? This is not war. It's human extinction. How many more of my kind must be sacrificed?
Gotta have faith, Prime. Maybe not in who we are, and who we can be.
I'm not leaving my dad.
We need a new army.